Hello, welcome to the channel. In our previous video, we spoke about the for loop. So today we are going to be talking about the while loop. Okay, the while loop. Good. So how do I even explain the while loop to you? Let's look at it this way. So the while is like the security guard. Okay. So before you enter the room, it will ask you for your password. If that password is correct, okay, it will allow you to enter and it can be there for as long as that password is still valid. Okay, as for as long as that password is valid, you can still be there. Okay, good. So let's look at how the while loop works. Now, in our previous video on the for loop, we had the initialization. Okay, and then we had a condition, and then the update came. Okay, all of them were at the beginning of the for loop. Okay, so let me demonstrate. So we had the for, and then we had the them coming. Okay, so we had it like this. So let me copy this, or let me cut. Okay, so you had something like this, and then this one is separated by the semicolon. Okay, good. So we had it like this. Okay, so the initialization, the condition, the updates were all on the same line. Okay, so the for loop differs here. Okay, so I'll explain this very short. So what is the structure of the for loop? So the for loop, you have to initialize. Okay, the initialize. Okay, initialization is done at the top. It's done at the top. Okay, not in the for loop. You have to do it before, and then you have your while and the bracket to come. Then inside this bracket, you have your condition. Okay, and then your braces will come as well, and then within the braces, then you can have what? Your code. Okay, you can have your code here, and then you must also what? Update it. Okay, because of how it's working, if you don't update it, the condition, if it runs one, it will always run. Okay, and I'm going to explain all that to you with clear examples so that you understand how this whole thing is what's working. Okay, so let's take it step by step. So let's initialize something. Okay, so let's say int age is equal to 17. Okay, so what's my condition? This is the initialization, right? So now let's go to the condition. So while the age, okay, is less than 18, okay, then I can have my code here. Okay, so let's say I just print out I am too young, right? Good. You have to update it. Okay, so it depends on what you want to do. If I just want to print this once, okay, if I want to do this once, only once, okay, meaning I must make sure that this condition is no more true. Okay, because as long as this condition is true, all this will keep on happening. Okay, so let me show you. Okay, I want this to be very clear for you. So let me run this. Okay, I get an infinite loop. Okay, I get an infinite loop. Now let's come and look at it. Why? This is because the age is what? 17. And it is always what? Less than 18. Because I'm not changing what? The age. Since I'm not changing it, it will always be less than 18. So it will always print this. So before I'll be able to, how do you call this? Before I'll be able to print, okay, before I'll be able to stop the code or break that infinite loop, the age value has to change, and then it should not match this condition. Okay, so if now I set my age to be equal to 18, okay, at this instance, this condition will be false because the age is what? Less than what? It's not less than what? 18. Are you getting me? Okay, so let me run this. I run this and I get I am too young, but then only once. Okay, yes, so provided this condition is true, this will always run. So you have to make sure that this condition becomes false at a certain point, and that depends on what you are trying to achieve. Okay, let me take another example so that it will be very clear. So int num is equal to what? 1. Okay, so I want to move from 1 towards 10. Okay, so while the num, okay, is less than or equal to 10, I said 1 to 10, which means that the 10 is inclusive, right? Good. Then what will I do? I can go ahead to print the num. Okay, so initially the num, when I print it to be what? It will be what? It will be 1, and then look at it. Right now I've not updated it, so look at something. When I print this, I get 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and then it's always printed. What is happening? This is happening because the number is 1, and then it's always 1, which means that it's always less than or equal to what? 10. That's why the update is very important. So now I can update it. Okay, so I can do num plus plus, which in this instance means that after printing 1, I move to 2, 3, 4, and as soon as this condition is no more true, it will stop. And that condition will no more be true when the num becomes what? 11. Okay, so let's run this and see. Run this, and it will get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so you printed the 1, and then went to 2, 3, 4 because what we're increasing it. What if I did plus or equal to 2? Okay, because this one from 1 we are going to what? 2, and then from 2 we are going to what? From 1 we are adding 2 to become what? 3, and then from 3 to 5, 7. So this actually giving us the odd numbers. Okay, so look at it. So you are getting what? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So these are the odd numbers. Odd numbers. What should I really say? Odd numbers below 10 or whatever. Okay, good. So easy. Let's say right now they ask me to print the odd numbers from 1 towards 100. Okay, so because I'm starting from, I'll just increase this one towards 100. Okay, so keep on adding the 2 and be printing what's the odd numbers for me until it gets to 100, and then to stop. Okay, so you look at it clearly. You see, I have all the odd numbers here. I have all the odd numbers here. 1, 3, 5, 7, blah, blah, blah. Okay, what if I wanted to make it what? Even numbers? I'll just start from 0. 0 is an even number, but then forget when you start from 2. So when you start from 0 is an even number, so we're adding 0. Okay, so you're not starting from 2. So we run this. They get 0, 2, 4, like that. Okay, so let's come down here. That's 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, so this hard then. While loop is what? It's working. And then you must take note of that. It's very, very important. Very, very important. Okay. Yeah. So while this one for the for loop, you have to initialize and update and everything from the beginning. The while loop doesn't work that way. Okay. Good. Now, one thing many students get confused about is that when do we use the for loop and then when do we use what? The while loop? When do we use the for loop and when do you use what? The while loop? Now, the for loop will be used when you know where you are going to the end. Okay? Because when you are declaring it, you have the initialization and then the update. The update shows that you already know the end. Okay? That's good. But then for the while loop, you can still use when you don't know where you want to even end. So you can come and run some conditions here before you be able to tell that I want to end at this point. Okay? So what is the difference? So for the for loop, okay, for the for loop, you must know the end, okay? But then for the while loop, okay, you don't need to know the end, okay? All right, so that's for the while loop. And then this is how we write it, okay? The while, and then have the parentheses and everything like that, okay? That's good. And then, like I said, you have to initialize it first, and then the updates must be inside us, the curly braces. Okay. If you have any questions, too, please feel free to drop into the comment section, and then I'll be very glad to help you out with it. Our next video will be covering the do while loop. Do while loop. Yeah, do while loop. Yeah. So, subscribe to the channel and make sure to like the video. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Bye.